to the Highway 43 project, changing the use of their property. Trees and bushes located in the MnDOT right-of-way are to be removed and an open ditch replaced with a new sewer system, new storm sewer. The Lees will present a request to the city for a more expensive fence installation that was originally offered by the city. See attached staff report and supporting documentation.
Sorry that the left edge of the agenda statement got a bit cut off. I hope everybody could still read it. My intention was to try to keep it to one page. It's being challenged. And Joan's here. Steve couldn't make it?
No. The reason why we are making this request for a different fence is those of you that know my property know we had a fence up at one period of time. The wind kept taking it down because we get a lot of horrible winds coming through there, especially in the winter months, which is why we put up the trees. The trees have had 16 years of growth and we're going to be losing them. And so the fence that we're asking for, yes, it's a $2,000 difference from the original proposal, but it's got a wind resistance. It's got a guarantee for winds. It has, I don't remember what the exact wind rating is, but the original fence did not have that. And the reason why we feel justified in asking for this is we have never once asked the city to help us maintain that ditch. It's city property, but we've taken it upon ourselves to clean the trash, to mow it, to take care of it 100% of the time. And we are going to continue doing that, you know, because if we didn't, it'd be a blight waiting for the state to come through and do it. You know, and the fence that we're asking for is $3,200 as compared to the original $1,200 that they were proposing. If we had asked for them to replace the trees, it would have been much more significant than $3,200.
The new fence is rated at 130 miles an hour.
Is that okay? Thank you.
All the trees have been taken out, is that right?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yes.
Most of them are going to be yes.
There's, you know, unfortunately, there's the state right-of-way, and the trees get planted in there. I don't think that's anybody's fault or anything like that. You know, MnDOT's response is, well, it doesn't matter if you plant it the right-of-way, we can just rip it out. We tried to find a better solution than just take the trees out and tough luck. And that's where we came up with this idea about the fence. The ditch is gonna be filled in. There's gonna be, that's where that pipe is going, and then it's gonna continue on to the southeast. But what it does is it opens up that whole area. Your house is pretty close to the highway. We're talking about a no parking sign there, because trucks like to park there and idle their engines, and that's obviously bothersome as well.
Yeah, a hog truck at 2 in the morning is not an ideal thing.
But the distance, you know, there, I think could be mitigated by a fence. That we felt that the $1,200 fence, which is what was originally proposed to us, some additional dollars for the installation was fair. They came back with the wind-related. I didn't feel qualified to make that sort of decision, and so I brought the information back to the council for you to decide. Josh is here if there's any questions as well from the engineering standpoint. And there are pictures of the fence that John was talking about.
Actually, Steve, the fence that you're seeing there is not the fence that came down because of the wind that was there before. That fence was gone as of the flood. This is a second fence that is on the property that got taken out by winds. What did I email you 3 weeks ago, Steve?
Yep.
3 weeks ago in one of the storms.
Right.
They took this fence out with the winds.
It was one of the large thunderstorms that rolled through. But this was to the south of your property, correct?
This was next to our garage.
Yeah.
So I have no idea north, south, east,
But that's
west.
behind your house.
Yes,
which is to the
behind
south.
our house.
Yeah.
Which is where the straight winds come, which would be hitting this fence that we're asking for.
So the trees that are being taken out, they were planted in what we would refer to as the boulevard,
Yeah.
in one sense,
Yeah.
right of ways.
State right away, boulevard, yeah.
I didn't know there was a state right of way on the back of our property.
This
On
is,
this, on the west side.
Oh, on the side?
On the highway
On
side.
the highway.
Yep.
But everybody else on Elm Street has the same issue, right? I mean, even the city, I mean,
No,
when we planted trees
right,
in the, you know, cut in the curb or the sidewalk cutouts,
Yep.
we were planting those trees in the
State
state
right-of-way.
right of way.
correct. And when we put them back in there, then now the state is requiring that we have permits for them and they're documented on their location and
Yeah.
size
And
and.
I'm sure we had to get permits when the Lions Club did that before too, but
The difference here though, if I might, is this ditch is being filled in with pipe. And so that's what's necessitating a dramatic change to that specific location. And that's
Right.
something that the other houses
the
don't
pipe
have
will
to
be
deal with.
buried though, right?
It will, and the grade's gonna come up.
Right.
And then they're not gonna allow us to put the trees back.
Over the top of the.
Correct.
Storm sewer, right.
The state.
Yes.
Well, and it was our advice from the engineer too, is not to do that, cause then you have root problems that grow into your brand new storm sewer.
Right,
So,
that wouldn't make any sense. So a fence is the only option unless you don't wanna provide anything, which, you know, I just don't think that that's particularly fair.
That is put on your property line? The fence?
The fence, yes,
yeah, the fence will be on their property.
and we would maintain it as well.
What is the setback away from the house that this fence going to be?
Well, it's on their property.
So
It's close.
So it would be,
it's probably quite
it would
close.
be 50 feet back from the center line?
At least, yep. I would go 52